I was introduced to missions when I was about 18 years old. I got an opportunity to go to Southeast Asia on a ministry trip. Just loved what I was doing. And in that time is when I saw a lot of other opportunities in China, Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, and India. So a lot of opportunities that I felt like a lot of ministries weren't doing because of just the danger aspect of it. Some of the bigger ministry organizations were just a little more hesitant to send people into those things. And also, obviously, there's disasters that kept happening during my time there. In all that, I heard of another organization that was doing work in Iraq, and this was right across the time when ISIS was kind of at their full power there in the Middle East, and they were just starting to get pushed back a little bit. And so I had the opportunity to go to Iraq, and I showed up in Iraq and just didn't really know anything about what was going on there. But I had the opportunity to be involved with that ministry, like right on the front line. Like we come down over this road on the mountain, coming down to the town of Sinjar in northern Iraq in the Kurdistan region. I had my translator with me, and he was asking me all these different questions, like, are you scared, and this kind of thing. And I was like, no, let's go. And he was like, you see that line out there in the dirt, like, way in the horizon? He's like, we live in the town right here at the bottom. He's like, that is all ISIS territory. And I was like, no, I'm not scared, like, let's go. And so we went right down, and we were within reach of mortars coming in. First morning there, I'm sitting there having breakfast with the team, still getting to know people, and like I had my back to the back wall of the house. There's a window right above my head, and just sitting there eating breakfast, and just like this boom where you rock forward. The windows pop open, like they swing in, and I'm just like looking at them with these wide eyes, like what just happened? And they're like, yeah, I mean, a mortar just landed and blew a house up probably. And after breakfast, we went out, street behind us, just a big old concrete house was just dropped. And that was my introduction to life in Iraq. This is how it's going to be. And then I ended up going to, with the same organization, I ended up going to Bangladesh. There I was working with the Rohingya refugee situation, helping drill wells and just trying to give them a better life there in the situation that they were under. And in that time frame, another buddy of mine had come over, and we were just spending time like working in the refugee camp, and at nights we'd come back and we just started brainstorming some of these crazy ideas that were building up in my head at this point. We started writing on the kitchen walls, a tile wall. We started drawing out these ideas like, hey, we could have a scuba diving team, we could have a bomb squad, we could have a whitewater rescue team, and just kind of the whole long list all written out. And I wish I'd have taken a picture of that whole list on our kitchen wall, but that's kind of where the dream of Chazak started, of just a bunch of guys brainstorming. And I eventually brought it back and talked to Dan Lapp about it. I was like, hey, I was told I should meet you and show you this, and showed it to him. He kind of looked at the paper and was like, okay, and he kind of walked away. And I remember thinking, shoot, I blew it. This guy thinks I'm absolutely nuts. It's never gonna happen. And a couple days, day or two later, I forget exactly how long it was, he come back to me, he kind of hands me the paper back, and he's like, I don't think you understand what you got here. He's like, I've been working most of my life for this kind of thing, and I want to help you get this going. And it snowballed. We kept pulling more and more people in. And now it's incredible to be a part of a team that there's so many talents. And the cool thing about it is so many of them have come in and said, we've been dreaming of this all our life. And this is what we've been looking for. They want to join and go. So that's incredible. Our mission is to be an international search and rescue organization. I feel like natural disasters and the wars that you keep hearing about and reading about and seeing are just going to keep happening. I personally don't really see an end to it. I really hope Chazak is known for showing up at the worst places and just pouring themselves into people, no matter what the danger level is.